as small as a seed.
Justification for it. The thing that causes you to express your anger may not be the thing that initiated the feeling of anger. You know, you've got a frustration that builds up in the circumstances of your life, and then someone just tips you over, and then suddenly they get the brunt of your anger, not for what they did, but for the pent-up frustration that you're experiencing in life.
Every time you have had something that's contributed to this building up, it's because you have felt unjustly treated in some way, right? Even if it's work that you're trying to do and it hasn't gone right, it shouldn't be like this. There's a sense, in the broader sense, of injustice somewhere built in there, and there is some sense in which I feel like I've got a right to this anger. Jesus says, therefore, whoever is angry with his brother is liable to the judgment, is liable to assessment, right? To see whether they are right or wrong.
The procedure then to, when you get this burst of anger for some reason and you just basically go to the Lord and just say, forgive me. So what is the procedure to actually, you know, when you have situation, it happens over and over and over again, and then you just go, Lord, I don't want that. I don't want to react to this.
Your offence or your anger, when you've said sorry to God, you may have actually said something to Brad, and you actually then have to go and reconcile with Brad.
Yes.
That's the hard thing.
I know,
Yes.
I absolutely agree. If you offended somebody and you've been, first thing, you know, just go to the person, I'm so sorry, you know, I shouldn't have talked to you like that, or whatever, will you please forgive me?
Jesus said, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And how many times have people said, well, you know, that doesn't really count, I didn't mean what I said. So no, I know what you mean by what you say.
Yes.
If you say something mean, then you've been mean. If what Jesus said, from the abundance of the mouth the heart speaks, then my mouth reflects my heart.
It's only when you're squeezed, right, because we can be nice to people that are nice to us, but it's when you're squeezed under pressure that you actually really see what our true heart is.
It's what you do between the storms that determines how you'll survive the storms. In other words, the ongoing disciplines of our life, like for example what we're doing here now, at a time we're in a pleasant place, low emotional arousal, we're thinking, we're working, we're here in a prayerful attitude, wanting the Holy Spirit to do stuff in our life and our character. It's what we're doing here that will bear influence on the next storm. And the key thing to living a disciplined life is to be constantly exploring and developing, adopting His values so that we can live the life, so that when we do go through the storms, we have a much more seaworthy life.
Let's actually get to know our Father. Let's go deep into having as full and whole and complete life as we possibly can. People have to see Jesus in us. We have to be, we really do need to be reflecting Jesus Christ in and through us to people around us.
So here on the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is basically saying, listen, you've heard it said you shall not kill, but I'm going to tell you, if you're angry with your brother, you're liable to the judgment. If you speak insultingly, you're liable to the council. And if you treat anybody as inferior, you're in danger of hellfire. That was lesson 1. But later on, he said, now I'm going to pour out my Spirit upon you, and I'm going to cause such a transformation to come into your house, you're going to be able to, into your life, you're going to be able to deliver on that, because it's going to be your nature to be that way, and I'm going to die to forgive you for the stuff that wasn't like that, and I'm going to give you my life, and I'm going to transform you. Who wants it? That's the glory of the gospel. What's the take-home message for today as well? Over to you.
You know, the idea is that we need to be consciously aware that we can live out of the Spirit of God. Otherwise, our human nature is going to pull us down. We need another gravity to pull us up. Exactly. It's living out of the life of the Spirit rather than living out of the life of the flesh, which is corrupt.
How we need the Holy Spirit. That's for me, it's just really emphasising, like, we can't do this on our own.
No.
And we just really need the Holy Spirit, big time. And if we don't think we need it, then we're being absolutely foolish.
But what I'm taking out of this is just basically going to the Lord with it, going to God with it, and just say, Lord, what is it that it's happening in my heart, or in what is it? And just really, really resting with Him in that.
For me, it's walking that spirit-filled life every second of the day.
There are things that can happen to me that really hit a nerve and cause me to flash into anger in an instant, and being aware of those particular things and all the root causes and the fundamental issues behind them, I think, is very important.
If you have been touched by this presentation of Northgate TV, then please come along next week at 8:30 on a Sunday morning and join us. We'd love to have you.
The faith I have is small as a seed.